Hello, I'm Paul Martin, continuing the never-ending saga of the thread machine repair. I made a video recently where I showed as I was taking apart the whole thing, and then we got to the point where we noticed we needed to fix a part. So I took it to a machine shop and they've given it back, and it looks pretty good. This machine is the Susie Homemaker, no, it's the Hamilton Beach Homebaker bread maker machine, model number 29881, and this is the Z series, which means that it's made of all sorts of hodgepodge of parts, and Hamilton Beach is not responsible. Okay, so we've already taken this part apart in the other video, and then it's got all the parts in it, the little parts I'm going to put back together. This thing, just put over like this, and this is the internal mechanism here. This is the motor, and then we took the screws off here and we looked at this, and then there's a wheel here that has a belt, and I had to make an adjustment, which I'll show you, a modification, which I'm so proud of. And the problem though, oh, sorry about that. The problem with this was this piece here that goes inside here, attaches to the drive belt and turns this. So this here, you can see on the other video, this part here, this bushing, was all worn out. So we got a new bushing inserted. This looks like a nice brass bushing. It's not, the other one seemed like it was steel some kind. So this one is a brass bushing, and this goes in, and unlike before, this does not wiggle anymore. It was like totally wiggling and off center and creating a problem with the alignment. This wheel, instead of going around like this, it was going like that. So there was our problem. Venture I to say that crappy material used by Hamilton Beach, but who can blame them? It's a $65 machine. It's practically made to be disposable, which actually is the cause of all of our environmental problems. Not that people use plastic bags once in a while. It is that they make shit and sell shit to people, and then people throw the shit away, and it gets thrown into a shit pile that we call our environment. So I'm going to install this all today, and we're going to see how it works. It's going to be wonderful. So let's see, what am I going to do here first? Well, I'm going to take some steps, and then I will get back to you. Okay, now some of you may be asking, does this need lubrication? Well, the guys who did it in the machine shop didn't exactly know what this is about, and they actually did put in some lubrication. There's supposed to be a couple of washers here on both sides of the bushing to take care of that part of it, but they put a little bit of red grease on it. I'll say, oh, what the hell, why not? I don't care if a little red grease gets into my bread, do you? It just helps for the digestion. So actually I'm remembering now, I had to, everything short of having to go watch my old video, I need one step at a time. So this is going to go down here, like this in here, and then it's going to find some set holes, and it's going to fit in nice and snugly right there, and then I'm going to put in some screws over here to hold it in, I suppose. Let's see. Yeah, so that does line up with three screws here that are going to hold that in, and then there's the set 3 screws, and these are the pins for lining it up. And apparently this is an old bolt that I cut off, and I thought I took it out. I guess it must have been in a dream. So I'm going to pull that out too and see if I can put in actually 4 instead of 3 this time. All right. So yeah, there's so many. When you do this kind of work, you know, there's so many kind of details. Now I got to go look and see, am I going to use the same washers, which I remember were in really bad shape? Am I going to try to find some? They look like they're made out of just like the crappiest plastic possible. It's like this here. This thing right here. So that looks pretty worn to me. And both of them are like, yeah, this one's kind of split. So I'm going to have to go and look for that and see, make a decision if I'm going to use these washers again or just try my luck with the grease. Wait, no, okay, yeah, so this situation is I'm going to use one of the old ones because I'm just too lazy to go get another one. I'm going to use, to find one. It could take hours trying to find something like this. So it's all chewed up and whatever, but I'm going to put it in anyway. Fuck it. And yeah, we'll see what happens. Or it would be the, well, let's see. So this is it here. Oh yeah, it's like really not in great condition. Get the fuck out, please. Come on, motherfucker. Yeah. Is that cut? No. So, I don't know. I hate having to make these kind of decisions, but if not that, then what is it going to be like riding on top of this? It's going to be riding on it, metal on metal. And this is obviously some kind of heat-resistant plastic, friction and heat-resistant plastic. So, but it does get worn down, and it has gotten worn down. But certainly, it does feel a little better. So I'm going to use that. The other one is just too old. Well, we'll see when we get there. So. The scanning will line up the holes. That looks pretty lined up to me. Put it in there. Fuck around with it a little bit. It only goes in one position. And I gotta dig out all the screws and stuff and see which one was the right screws here. Here's the belt, as I showed before. This is the belt, and it's in pretty decent condition. Much better than the originals, I think. The originals are just not in very good condition because we had a practically newer one and it just chewed it up and turned it into dust. So I'm ordering new belts. So I wonder which one this is. I don't remember. I don't remember what the hell's going on here. So I guess I'll try this. Wait a minute. How is this? Oh. No, it doesn't do that. This is out first. And it screws in from this side. Which makes sense. Alright.
Get me one of them spin their screwdriver things.
There's one down. Alright, so. This thing goes in first, I suppose. Screw's going in, so that must be somewhat correct screw. This looks more like to be the screw that goes here because it's all kind of dirty and rusty. So I don't know. That's what happens when you do disassemble something and then try to assemble it days, weeks, or months later. You're not quite sure what the hell you're doing. Of course, I did do the video. Alright, so that's a good one. 2. Oh. Now that it reminds me of a different, maybe one of these screws. Not this one here. But they're the same. And we'll get one more then. Oh, no, this is just a piece of that's one I pulled off. That I cut off. So here's another one. I need 3 here. Okay, so that's good. twist on that one. One twist on that. This one looks really good, so it doesn't go with these other two. This newer screw. So I'm not going to use it here. Let's go somewhere else. So where's the other old screw? Here it is. Now if I swear a lot during this video, it's because I don't like doing this shit. And someone's got to do it. I like that it's being done, I like that it's done well, I like the result. I just don't like doing this shit. Or if I like it, I like doing it rudely. Okay, there, so that piece is in there. And then there's 4 other holes, and that's what we're going to use to put that on. So I've got my crappy washer in there. That goes in here, and that's going to be really nice. Okay, so then we turn it over, and then somehow we're going to attach something else. This went in here before, so what the fuck? I think I'll put it in there. And then this goes like this, and it's got a beveled, if that's the word, cutout on the shaft, so this fits right down over that. I'm always fucking throwing that goddamn thing over there. Alright, so that goes on here. And there's got to be something missing because this is not kind of holding this in like that. Yeah, that goes like that, but I mean, what the fuck is missing here? Because that's just in the air. It's just freaking in the air here. So I don't know what the deal is there. Now I gotta go and do some research, figure out what the fuck is going on. So I'll have to, I guess I'll get back to you. Okay, this is what a lot of people don't realize when you're doing these kind of repairs. You can get hung up for hours just trying to find one little part. Now, of course, keep in mind that we're here in Nicaragua, which is cut off from the rest of the world, thank God, and takes about 2 weeks to get anything shipped in here at a high cost. So, of course, washers are around, but here it is on a Saturday morning, I'm not going to just run out and find a washer at the washer store. So, basically my collection of washers I just picked up along the way. So I had asked God for help and found this correct size washer to be able to help, because the problem here, not the problem, the situation is that there's a little clip that goes here. Now they may have extended the bushing out a little on the other side, which makes sense in certain ways, because they saw that there's going to be metal on metal, and they had this part here, so they may have tried to do me a little favor and stick the bushing out, but that maybe gives me less play for putting a washer under here. And there wasn't even a washer, so I'm like, how the hell did this thing, I mean, was it like, because this thing is held in by this little C-clip here. Now this is not going to be what's going to be holding it in, it's got to be against something, a washer. So there's no washer in my parts. And anyway, so I've got this very thin washer, and I'm burnishing it a little bit, if that's the word, to make it as smooth as I can do that. A little bit of fine sandpaper. All right, so let's see. I probably should put a dab of grease on this too, which I will do. But let's see if there's space for the clip. And if it's going to be too tight, that's not going to work either, right? But it looks like it's going to be just perfect. Whew. I'm going to put a little grease on that, just because I like grease on metal to metal, and it's underneath, away from the heat, so it should not be so bad to do that. Do I have any extra grease here? Now I probably wiped it off like a good Boy Scout. Yep. Good little fucking Boy Scout. Okay, so I gotta go get grease too. It's like every time, here's grease. I'm prepared. So I have my toolbox right here. Oh, now I'll grease myself first. Just a little dab will do ya. A little dab will do ya. Yeah, put a little bit of grease on here. Yeah. Yes, I realize it's not facing the camera. So let's turn it this way. I realize you're so far away you really can't see it, but this is the piston that's going to have the piston axle. So then I need to insert this thing. We'll dab a grease on that toe, won't help, won't hurt. Little C-clamp, whatever, retainer. I've been out of the game a while, so I've forgotten all the lingo. Let's see if I can just push this on neatly. Could be two reasons for it going on hard. One, because I'm a doofus and I don't know how to do this with skill. I'm an unskilled, or it could be that it's really tight in there. And I think it's okay though, so I think it's the doofus area is more true to life here. So last time I tried to take it off with pliers, it didn't work, and I used the screwdriver. So now I'm trying to put it on with screwdriver, and it doesn't work, and I'll use the pliers. See the logic in that? All right. Let's see if I can somehow get a purchase on this, as they usually say. A purchase. Now, isn't a purchase when you buy something? Not where I'm from. Oh, wait a minute. I think it actually worked. Oh, but it's tight, this motherfucker. No, that's not the right part. Yeah, it's not tight. It's very good. Very good. Good job, Paul. You pushed a piece of metal into another. Good job. All right. That looked like the clamp is clamping, and there's definitely going to be some friction going on here. But check this shit out. I don't know if you see. Check the other video. This thing is, the wobble factor is minimal. The wobble factor is minimal. There is wobble. And there will be wobble, but it looks like it's pretty good. All right, we'll see when we get the other pulley wheel on. And then I'm going to have to, if I put this on first and then try to put that on second, I'm going to try to put it on. Okay, so do I need this for anything? Yeah, okay, I'll stick that on here. That's the, and that should have nothing to, that probably went here for some reason, I don't know. So, we're going to put this on here, I believe. Or do I put this, I have a washer here. I'll put the washer first, see what happens. No. Or was that right on? No fucking way, that was just on like that. No way. Okay, sits snugly. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, there's nothing for it to grab onto. So I don't know what the hell this was for. Oh, maybe that's what that's for. Okay, goes on that. So here's my little nut. All right, so this, thankfully, this is not how you're going to do this probably, because this is longer than it needs to be. But even though it still is like not going to go slip over there. So I'm going to have to put it on. Put it on first. Put the belt on first. And then try to find the right place for this. This is going to fall down into the slot if it already didn't. Did it? Did it already? turn, turn, turn. Until it falls down into the slot. There it is. Okay, so now it is in this on the recess. And I put washer, put the bolt, the nut under the bolt, and I'm going to tighten that with a small, minuscule wrench. Okay. Just tight enough. We mechanics believe in just tight, but not tight enough, not too tight. Got to get it. That's going to be good enough. That's going to be good enough. Okay, now here's the situation. Oh, my neck. This is the replacement belt, and whoops, for the Z model. Right, so here's your problem with your Z model, that they say the belts are not the same as the regulars, and you have to measure it because there's two different size belts for the Z model. Isn't that wonderful? In modern manufacturing. So I have a tensioner here, believe it or not, that I invented, and I'm going to show you how that goes. So when I got this, I said, well, should I wait another weeks and hope again with another belt, or do we want to eat bread before then? So I invented this little tensioner, which is a ball bearing or some kind of bearing, and it has two guides, which are washers, and then there's the this screws in somewhere here. Now, how do I do this? Was it like this? I believe it was. So it's going to tension this like this, and it's going to bolt right into this hole here. So it's going to tension, and I'm probably going to put it in this second hole here. So let's see what happens. And see what happens with this thing here. Oh! What the fuck? Now, was I so... Yeah. I should have put another washer in this thing. But I didn't. That's unlike me. So this thing, this one here, this just goes like that. This is like this. And so this is going to go inside and be tensioned. I just want to be tense. Like I am feeling tense about this whole thing. So, see what happens when the belt is actually up. It lines up a little better. So this is going to be like that. It's going to be tense, giving it some tension, and hopefully it's going to line up okay. Now, this is the wobble, and it's minimal. When we opened this thing up, this was wobbling all over the place. I won't let it fall out, but the wobble is minimal. So that's going to be perfect. So we're back to like news 8. It's like new. So all I got to do is put the lock washer and the bolt here and tighten it up, and we'll see what happens. But I probably should be a little bit more careful about this. So it's going to be under pressure. Oh, Jesus Christ. Alright, what I'm going to do is make sure that this thing is tight. So I need the wrench of the right size, which I do have here at hand. I do have it, I said. And then I need some other wrench, another different wrench. I'm going to tighten that just a tad so that it's nice and snug here. Yeah. All right. Now I will put that in here. it up a little better, but this is pretty much it. And hello, good morning. So it is working somewhat. I think this is going to work just fine with the nice belt tensioner, which seems to have a decent tension on it, good tension on it. So I'm going to tighten this up. I'm going to commit to this tension position. I wonder if there's two holes with the other one because I gave an option or I just made a mistake. I made this the first time. Just tighten this up. Alright, it's not going anywhere. So. And let's see. Question is it going to ride up on that? Is it going to ride up on the, not right up, but yeah. No, it's right in the middle. It wants to be in the middle. So that's looking wonderful. And then you see your gear, here's your gear turning, and it's fine. So this is ready to go. So this has now been repaired. All right, so now I am putting this whole motor, pulley, assembly together. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I put in 6 screws, and I've got them semi loose just so I can kind of get it more or less centered, because it's got to line up with this thing in here. It's going to line up with the top, so just to make sure it's in the best position possible. No way to really know. Let's say this is made in China kind of thing. Not very precise, $65. So you don't have to worry too much about it being perfect. Just get it best as you can. So that's in its place. Screw is reasonably tight, snug I would say. Metal on plastic, you don't really want to get it, kill it too much. Wonderful, that's going to be wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. All right, so wipe the drool off. Now, compulsive tool. Okay, that's interesting. When I drilled this off, this thing left a little tag there. Okay, so this folds back over here. I assume it goes like this. And you would assume rightly. Now, all right, so looking in there. And I gotta find my screws. I guess it's these little figures here. 1, 2. There should be 4, but there aren't 4 because I had to drill one out the first time I opened this thing up. Now this hopefully will go in, because it could very easily be the wrong screws. But I don't think so, because they worked on the other part. So these ones must work here, I'm thinking. Yep. Not tight yet. So I get everything lined up as the way it needs to be. Did work with just 3, so I don't really need that 4th one. I could take some time off and try to find a 4th one somewhere in there. In my bolt and nut collection. I think this will do okay for now. Yeah. Snaps in place. I think I will just take a minute, see if I can find that 4th one. Wow, I did find one that fit on the first try. That's amazing. one of 4 likely candidates. So that is just a plus for me. All right, so we're ready to start connecting some things here. I hope I haven't fucked up too much on this. That's already connected. There was a little strap that tried to hold all this together like that, which is probably a good idea. Let me see if I have a little tie down for that. Okay, had the inevitable fuck up. These are little things that go apparently between the plastic and the thing there, so at least that one. No, maybe that doesn't. Where do these things go? I don't know. I know they go somewhere. Where do they go? They go on something. I wonder if they, how big is this fuck up here that I've done? Do these go underneath the, alright, I'm going to just have to disassemble this again, because I don't see where these things go. That's how it goes when you're playing it by ear. So take this off again. Is that what I'm doing here? Oh yeah, I have to take this all apart. Again. I won't bore you with that. Yes, so it turned out I did completely ignore that these little black things here go on here. I think I got some big ones and some smaller ones. Let's see. Yeah, the small one goes there. Small one goes there. They're different sizes. That one goes there. But the thing that they on is the same, and then they got these here. Maybe these are the smaller ones. Smaller one here. Maybe not, I don't know. Kind of hard to see them. Okay, that's a smaller one. And the bigger ones go on this here, I guess. Alright. Not the same. I probably just, took it from the black thing box and not all the exact same size. So I'm going to have to put this in again. But now I've got the little black things. What can I call them? Little shims? Oh man, but it's just dirty in there. Oops. Destruction. I got some clipping, guess I never really cleaned that out there when I took it apart. Okay. Now, little black things. 6 of them. And you know how I figured this out? I watched my video of disassembling it. Thank God. Thank God somebody knows what he's doing around here. It's not me. So I'll put that one there, maybe this one here, and then these other 4 go underneath the drive belt and running gear and the gear assembly. So for some, so I was actually tightening it up in an unaligned fashion. So now it will be aligned. In other words, it was, instead of being like this, it was going to be like that. Not good, not good. Now it's going to be the way it needs to be. Good for me. Hey, I don't do this for a living, but I do save money by doing it. So it's the same as making money and paying someone else. I just, do what you can. Instead of paying someone else to do this and all the headaches that go with that. Oh, Jesus, what the hell is that? I just lost the screw. Where'd it go? Hello, screw. Okay, there it is. Thank God. I have to take the whole friggin' thing apart again. But it doesn't seem to want to go into this hole as much as it goes into the other ones. so those are the 4 holes that have the black things, risers on them. And these ones here are nicely lined, so there should be no problem. Why they didn't just, you know, I think what they said, oh shit, we did not have them, they're not at the same level. Get the little black things! Bring out the black things! We didn't make we didn't mold this thing at the same level, so, I mean, why else would you do that? God only fucking knows. Everything is a mistake and you correct it. That's the real life of getting things working. Everything is approximate and then you got to make it work. So this now will be nicely aligned, and it's going to all work just wonderful. And it should be aligned. Now, last little tight. Snug it down. Okay, back to my cereal. Alright, so I have managed to take apart everything, put the little black things in again, and put this pan back on again. Nice and snugged up, everything seems to be aligned. Little black things here, 1, 2 screws holding in the pan. And the only thing left to do in this, for this thing is put the top back on, I guess. I mean, I think so. So let's see if that is done. I do have the circuit board needing to be attached to this thing. I don't remember how I did this. I don't know if I did this. Okay, yeah, like this. So this thing is going to get plugged into here, and that should not be a big major problem. Just need to make sure I put it on the right side. I believe, since it's got this little retainer thing here, and there's a little lip, and this probably only goes in one way anyway. So, that fucking thing over there. So I mean, like, who needs this shit? Who needs this fucking shit? That's why people pay other people to do this. Alright, so push it in, bonk. There it goes. And, oh, wait a minute, what the fuck's this? I think I forgot about this, whatever this is. So this has got to go somewhere. Well, yeah, oh, there it is. Okay, so right over here, there's 3 pins, and they must go with this. So, same deal, I believe. Looks like it's going to go in like this. So, don't want this screwing up fucking. Shit. Alright. That's not too good. Alright. So that goes right here. Whoops. Right, where's my friggin' finger? Okay, there it is, right there. That's where this goes there. And that's what I'm gonna stick in right now. Alright. I'll put it over on this side. Should have gone, yeah. Of course, alright, so that goes in and goes blick. Perfect. And now I'm going to take all the friggin' wires, all of them, and clamp them together with this thing here. That should do that. Alright. And then this is gonna just go on top here. And I'm going to so easily, I'm sure, so easily make it go click, and then that's going to be wonderful. And then I'm going to take the screws that are left here and so yeah, I do have an extra little washer here, and I know where this one goes. And, well, whatever. Too bad, fucked up on that, but that's not gonna be major. And all these screws. Are gonna go underneath, pump, 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 and then I will show you how it works. All right, well, we got a few minutes left on my memory card. So what I'm gonna try to do is snap this sucker in there, and this here is going to have to align with a washer, or whatever you want to freaking call it, that goes here, and seal, but it's not really a seal because it's plastic, so it's just like something you've got to fit inside. And everything's freaking warped, so from the heat, so it's not going to be that easy. And if I can manage that, then this thing has got to snap in here. So let's see if that's possible. Because I don't have, so I'm not going to make you see, watch me suffer with that. We'll just, I'll try it and then I'll come back. Okay, so that seems to be a really difficult task to just freehand that. So I'm going to try this. I'm going to try putting in the screws first so I can get things lined up and see if that doesn't help me then when I turn it over again to line that thing up. So let's see if I can do that. Again, something you probably don't want to see me do, but there are little tricks. Use your thing to make sure they're lined up. And I'm going to put one here already. I'll try one there, then I'll do there, and then I'll try to get them all cinched a little bit, and then I'll turn it over and see if I can snap things in place. All right, so I managed to start, I believe, all of these screws. So I'm going to cinch them up a little bit. That'll put a little pressure to close. A little bit of pressure on the, make it want to close, and then I'm going to see if I can't adjust the pan so that it slips into place, and then it'll just go click and like that. So let's see how that goes. Okay, so it's more or less. So I got this pan situation here. Here's the problem. This here has got to get inside the lip that's there, and it's, it's not exactly perfectly fitted for that. So I'm going to have to do some tweaking here. Let's see how I'm able to do that, if I'm able to do that. So this part is like way out. It's not even in the inside there. And that's bad news. I'm going to have to loosen it up again. Let me see if I can. Okay, that. Side is in there, but this thing is definitely not where it should be. Not where it should be with this. So, unless I can, I'll need two screwdrivers. Do this. Like by doing this here, I'll pop it in, move it in. I loosened it a little bit. I get a little bit more play. It's nominal at best. So, I'd like to be able to show you the aha movement. There, it's pulling in there. Come on. I need another of these small screwdrivers. Ah, damn it. And I'm bending this shit all over the place. It's like bending toward. Okay. So I'm going to continue. I think we did it. So I had to pry, and push, pry, and try to push it down before it snapped back. And I was pulling on this here at the same time that I was prying, and all this. Could have used two more hands to help. So that's what you're going to have to do to get that motherfucker in there. Okay, so you can see here's the other machine, the second one, the newer one, actually had the belt that was in worse condition after just a few uses over a period of a year. And this new one, this older one that has a replacement belt working for the same period of time, but every few days every week. So this one's in pieces waiting to get the new belt. Now we're going to check out and see if this works. Here we go. Looking good. All right then. So our repair is a success. Looks like we'll be back in the bread making
Well, I hope
business. This video has helped you. I hope this helps somebody who needs to repair one of these things. And until next time.